You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com. You're listening to Sexpot Radio, and here's a host, Jenny Cush.
Welcome to Sexpot Radio, everyone. It is Tuesday, June 25th. And
We've
got a complete stranger in the studio.
Me?
You.
I can sit back because this is really loud.
It is.
So I just sit back here and yap away.
Yep.
Or just look at Chris as I move closer to it and have him turn it down a little bit because it's really loud.
Shut up.
We didn't mic check beforehand.
It's okay.
So, is it the headphones?
Tim has the headphones turned all the way up.
Well, alrighty then.
Well, that makes sense.
So, hey, happy Tuesday. It's my first show back since before Apogea.
It is.
I just now sobered up and I feel like I can be here.
Hey. At least you didn't get tased.
Yeah, no shit, man. So,
shit.
Apogea is a festival for love and peace, and I thought some of these other ones were too, but just coming to find out that
It's crazy.
Sonic Bloom is not entirely. Well, it's not even Sonic Bloom. It seems like the police don't get it. You just can't be naked, though.
No nakedness.
So, I don't know. Do we want to start the show off with that? Because this video is pretty.
At the moment.
Okay,
We have a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Because that video is pretty hardcore.
We're going to talk about Sonic Bloom. We're going to talk about zombies. We're going to talk about Mike Tyson's sex change. Paula Deen being racist. I'm hoping.
bad.
Whoa.
Holy God, that was scary.
I'm hoping I can call Quincy and talk to him and see what his take is on this. I mean, after all, he was the 300-pound black man that agreed to wear a KKK costume through Cherry Creek Mall with me. But
Quincy is awesome.
We'll see how that goes.
Quincy's awesome.
I've been stuck in a few awkward situations with Quincy. I gotta talk about Quincy for a second here. Quincy is my hero.
You hear that, Quincy? You're our hero.
I worked on Colfax. Not, on the
Oh, yeah?
corner, but it was kind of a corner.
For those locally
the building
here in
was
Colorado,
on the
you
corner.
know what Colfax is. Welcome to Colorado.
So
Pick up your hooker right here.
I worked at a smoke shop on Colfax. And one day I had to work all by myself, and I was closing, so it kind of creeped me out to be there at night by myself. So I had Quincy come hang out with me for the whole day because I was all alone all day on a Sunday. And Paul was gone on vacation, and he told me that Quincy better not be sitting in his office. So we take pictures of Quincy sitting behind Paul's desk wearing a cowboy hat with the Confederate flag on it.
I've seen those pictures.
And then my coworker and friend Ryan, no dick pics, had taken a picture of himself in the bathroom with no shirt on, and posted it up. Oh, I'm so sexy, I'm a G, whatever. So Quincy had me take a picture of him in the bathroom, butt ass naked on the shitter. So this is the kind of guy Quincy is. Quincy is
I saw that picture too.
I had to take the picture.
You were there.
I have to say I might be scarred for a long time. A very, very long time. What?
Your computer fan is awfully loud.
Why is it making noise? Holy crap. It's gonna die. I don't know.
It sounds like it's going to take off.
I don't know why it's doing it.
Is it hot?
No.
It should stop.
That's so weird. It's because Chris is plugged into me. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, all right.
So, for those of you, we could just turn on the box fan and, have all this white noise going on during the show. It's all good. Maybe some background music. Make it go away.
Whatever happened to our background track? We used to have a really sweet background track. Oh, motherfucker. I got a CD from somebody at Apple that I wanted to bring in. Remember I got
Where's
their
it at?
permission? It's on the fucking... It's in the pit that is the coffee table.
I'll grab it.
Oh, I'm wait, what?
But
I know what you
it was
mean.
the DJ that the sex fucking something. I don't know.
I can't remember, but I remember getting it.
But
He
it
might
sounds
not
cool.
remember giving it. I don't.
I'm sure
It was
he does.
Appo.
Like, yeah, it was Appo. So I don't know, but that he said we had permission to use that music. So
Sweet. So we will do that. We'll get it down here.
if you're a local artist and would like to have your music played on air, send it to us with permission, and we will do so.
Then we're also on the show tonight. We're going to show the video made by why can't I find it? Hot porn star. Sasha Grey. Sasha Grey made a spoof advertisement for anyone that would like to apply to work for the NSA.
Don't give it away.
So that they can what?
Got a special
I'm not,
NSA porn surprise for you coming up.
whatever. Porn in the NSA. It's all good. Anyway, so
Now, use your imagination as to how those two things are going to go together. Because really, it should be pretty obvious.
Right.
It's going to be great. So that's coming up. But what were you saying about zombies?
Zombies.
Can you give us a
Zombies.
little sneak
We
peek?
should just talk about zombies.
You just want to jump into that one? It's been a while. We used to have a zombie story every fucking week.
We tried, and then like people stopped smoking spice and doing bath salts or some shit. Like,
They just came
and then
to
the
Colorado.
zombies just like went away.
Get legal weed.
It made me sad.
Real weed.
They don't just come to Colorado and get legal weed
I was
because
just throwing that out there.
I'm sorry. Like I worked at a head shop, and on the daily, I was at least 10 times a day. Hey, you got any spice?
Yeah, but we're not there yet. Well, that's still for people on probation. If you're on probation, just get some detox, you know, and cut down on your consumption, and you'll be okay. Just don't smoke that synthetic shit.
I recommend Urine Luck, the Golden Shower Enhancer. I'm just kidding. My PO is gonna hear this one day, and I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
Well, you don't use that.
I don't use that
So
because
anyways.
I don't need Golden Shower Enhancer. What
Right,
I
you
need
pee
is
just
clean
fine.
pee, and I've got that.
Right. So, now what do
Zombies.
zombies and spice have in common? Are we gonna-
Apparently, when people start smoking new kinds of spice, the zombies come back. Like, could just be a coincidence. Could be that maybe those chemicals that they put on there, like rat poison and formaldehyde and shit, aren't good for you.
Imagine that.
No way.
Imagine that. So let's
And so anyway,
hear this disgusting story.
down in Houston, Texas,
Oh, there, it's already fucked. Already fucked.
2 zombie attacks in Texas in 2 days. So recently, when I was down in Dallas in May, it was right when they did the ban on the new spice, or on the spice that was on the shelves in the head shops. So it all had to be pulled out of the shops, you know. And of course, every time that they do this, they come up with a new chemical compound that they can use for it because basically,
they don't outlaw the brand; they just outlaw the chemicals.
right. Basically, what happens is like they find a way to test for it, and then they outlaw that, and they test people for it for UAs. And then what'll happen is somebody will come out with a new chemical compound, just a remix of it or whatever. And then that'll come back out on the shelves. Because it's not for human consumption. Like it says on the package, this is not for human consumption.
Yeah, but that may not entirely be true. You know, a lot of that stuff you see on some of the cannabis products, but that's just to cover people's asses.
Right.
You know?
Right, yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, I know it's made for consumption.
But it's made for human consumption.
But it says not for. I mean, you know, if you want to smoke it, and it says not for.
That's the only way they can sell it.
Exactly.
Otherwise,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
responsible.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Into the mic.
Into the top of the microphone. Get up all lovey on it.
Yeah, this one you got to kind of stand back from because it's really loud.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, on Saturday, June 22nd, 2013, a man whose friend said that he was high on synthetic pot went wild and crazy. He stripped off his clothes and ran around the house on all fours like an animal, growling and screaming. At one point, one of his friends locked the back glass screen door. When the man went outside and the man screamed, and then leaped through the locked screen door through the glass in the upper part of the door. He cut himself in the chest and legs badly and was bleeding badly. He was scooping up his own blood with his hands and pushing it into his own mouth, eating it. His friend's terrier dog came into the kitchen, and the screaming man beat the dog down with his fists and then tore it apart and ate it, hair and all. Before the police and paramedics arrived on the scene, the man had consumed most of the small terrier dog. The police had to use tasers on the man and finally brought him under control. They strapped him down on a stretcher and transported him to the mental health ward of the local hospital in Houston, Texas. They said the man had lost a good deal of blood from the self-inflicted injuries, and the police spokesman said that no one should smoke synthetic marijuana because it appears that the product is really driving people over the edge. He identified the man as 33-year-old Michael Daniels of Houston, Texas. Then there was a second zombie attack on Sunday, June 23rd. This is real. Yes, let me state that for the record. Something serious is going on, and it appears to be traced to synthetic marijuana that people are smoking. Police were called to a house in Southside Houston, Texas, early Sunday morning, and they found the scene right out of a horror movie. The first officer on the scene said that Odie Sanchez, a Mexican female and a citizen of Mexico, was sitting on the couch with her throat slashed and bad cuts on her hands and arms. She was screaming, and when they finally figured out what it was that she was saying, it was that she had killed and eaten part of her 18-month-old little boy. A search of the bedroom confirmed this. Police were also able to figure out that the knife wounds on the woman were self-inflicted and that some of them were really bad knife wounds. This is a really poorly written story. I'm sorry. The woman's husband was finally located hiding at a neighbor's house. He said that his wife and her friends had been smoking synthetic pot and that it always drove her crazy, but this time she went totally over the edge. The woman was transported to the same mental health ward at the local hospital where the man from Saturday's zombie attack had been taken. On Sunday afternoon, the Houston police chief said that the synthetic marijuana was driving people crazy and everyone should avoid smoking it. He said that Odie Sanchez had been placed in a medically induced coma and that she would be in surgery for a number of hours on Sunday afternoon. He was asked if there had been any other zombie attacks, but he refused to answer this question. He said that there would be an update on Monday or earlier if anything happened to either Sanchez or Daniels. He said both were expected to recover fully from their injuries, but refused to comment on what type of criminal charges would be filed against either of them in the future.
That's because they probably don't know what kind of charges yet. They have to make up new laws for that. I mean, you can't eat your dog
she
and
ate her
eat your
kid.
baby. Yeah, but she made the baby.
Well,
Shouldn't she get to eat it?
No.
I don't know. If you can eat it and consume its power, it seems like, if you made it, you should have that right. I'm just fucking around. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I think the biggest question is how can you be charged as someone who's sane if you're under the influence of a drug that makes you go,
insane?
Yeah, like, I mean, the person in Florida who eats a guy's face.
Right.
I mean, that's definitely not normal. So,
right.
Yeah,
how do you charge that?
Last year?
Oh,
Whenever.
It was a while ago, yeah.
Whenever those ones. There was a couple that happened down there. You got to wonder if that shit comes from the same batch of shit.
There was one in New York where the dude was, cut himself, was ripping out his own intestines and, cutting them and throwing them at police officers. I mean, there's something not right.
Out of motherfucker. Just throw it in the whole intestine. Right. Here, it's poop in here and have it, fucker.
And stuff. Have it all. Yeah.
So tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, just like every other show, is not appropriate for children or probably you. We've got stories.
Or grandma, or.
We've got stories and things tonight that are probably going to get worse than this. So if you have small kids in the room, they're probably already fucked. So do whatever. Hooray!
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever. So that was the public service.
We don't
announcement
encourage you to do this, but if you do, hey, it's your own choice.
All right. Tonight's topics may include marijuana, hash, zombies, death, blood, sex, vaginas, penises. Who knows?
So,
and some bings. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off.
So briefly, I'm taking some classes.
That's not mine, though.
They are not classes that I want to take, but I'm learning to behave myself.
Behavioral therapy classes taught by retards.
Behavioral reconstructive therapy. Again.
Coming soon to a National ID card center near you.
So this week we were talking about learned behavior.
So like TV and school,
So like, you know, like
pre-programmed bullshit.
well, you know how like most people back in the day believed it was all right to like beat their kids, and how we're not supposed to think that way anymore.
Right.
And so like moving beyond learned behavior. Yeah.
So what do you know what other people in your class are in there for? Has anyone ever talk about that?
Most of them, well, one guy's in there because he got a public intoxication charge, and after he got like 10 DUIs, but
Okay, so maybe
apparently he decided to not drive home from the bar. He decided to walk so that he wouldn't get another DUI, and the police saw him staggering through Westminster and arrested him.
Fuck.
He's like, but I'm not supposed to drive. Like, and they're like,
You gotta call
yeah,
a cab.
but you're drunk in public.
I have a good friend that's in Boulder, and he just recently got 2 DUIs in 24 hours.
Damn.
I mean, it's really impressive.
He
You
hadn't
know,
even sobered up yet.
No, I think it was going out twice and getting drunk in the same day. But
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
it's an
dude.
expensive weekend.
So, like, most of the people that are in there, like, another gentleman that's in there got caught with a bunch of meth in his car. But that was only after they, like, realized that he was somebody that they had a warrant out for. Like, they pulled him over because he was driving erratically or some shit. And then, like, they were going to let him go, but they ran his name. And turns out, like, he was guilty of identity theft and had been running for, like, 3 years after they had arrested him before, like, 3 years ago. And he used his brother's name. And they let him go. And then they found out that it wasn't his brother. It was him. Well, there had been a warrant out for him for a while. And then, so then they charged him with identity theft and all this shit. But then they found a bunch of meth in his car when they pulled him back over.
How'd they find out it wasn't him?
I believe that they, like, I really don't know. They ran his fingerprints. Because he had been taken down to the jail and, like, was in jail. And they ran his fingerprints but hadn't gotten him back.
Gotcha.
Or some shit. And then they realized that they let somebody go that they already had a warrant out for. Like,
So it sounds like you're in class with a
pissed.
few people that belong in there.
And then one dude, like, beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and then he put her in rehab for smoking weed. Like, and so I'm in there with some, you know, classy characters.
Some winners.
Like,
What do you tell them that you're in there for? Do you just make up something?
no,
Does it
I
sound
straight
cool?
up, I'm like, I sold an eighth of weed.
To a
I-
cop.
Not even to a cop. She was just undercover helping the cops.
Oh,
So, yeah.
wow. That sucks. So yeah, it's kind of like when I was in jail for being 4 months behind on child support.
Right.
And you have to tell people that beat up their girlfriends or that
I didn't
did
pay
all
my
this
child
crazy
support.
shit. And they're like, what are you in here for? And it's like, I didn't pay my child support. And they're like, really? Like, that dude over there killed somebody. And it's like, yeah, so what? You know, I fucking didn't pay a bill.
Dude, like, I was in jail with a lady that stabbed a dude to death, like, and she got out on a lesser bond than I did. Like, that's the difference between being a Native American and being white. I'm sorry, like, this is straight up.
Aw.
The system's racist. Like,
Aw.
so is Paula Dean.
Shut up. You know, like, you can't use that card at all, dude. If you were,
I'm gonna be like, you're racist. That's why I'm still here.
I mean, nobody should be persecuted for their color of their skin, but it's kind of funny to hear that the Native American got better treatment than the white girl, because it's like that.
Because I was in a jail. I was in a jail on a Native American Indian reservation.
Yeah, but we just
But it's okay because, like, as the, you know,
we just stole their country.
as the jailer, like, you know, informed me, the problem will sort itself out when she gets out because there's people after her now.
Yeah, so
That
she may
makes
not even be
sense.
alive.
Possibly not.
You know, who knows?
She was really sad to be in there, though. I'm really glad she got bonded out for $500.
Wow. She killed somebody or just stabbed somebody?
She stabbed him to death.
Oh, so
He died. He died.
Well, he probably deserved it.
Right? He probably stabbed one of her friends. And now they're going to stab her, and it's a vicious cycle.
Of stabbing.
But they have casinos, so it's okay.
Right. They were given
Maybe.
a couple acres.
That was racist.
I know. It's
It is.
okay. Maybe I'll have to hire Paula Dean's attorney. Like, I don't know. I'm not racist. I hate everyone equally. Okay?
I concur. Me too.
You know, we all fuck up the same. Maybe more. I don't know.
Especially aliens. Those little green bastards.
I know.
Always fucking shit up.
Probing things.
Probing things when they're not welcome.
The fuck?
Fucking bastards.
They should at least use lube, dude. I'd be alright.
Gotta come up with some slang name, like little pickle chuckers.
What? Pickle
Well,
chuckers.
because they're green. I don't know. Fuck.
Okay. I'm like, wait, what?
Like any of the fucking slang makes sense, you know? Fuck them all.
Right.
Let's hear about Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. There was a story going around that Mike Tyson had gotten a sex change. And, like, I don't know, it's been going all over Facebook today. So, like, he had to go out, make this statement saying that he's not Michelle, he's still Mike. He didn't have a 16-hour sex change. You think it's so people talk about him?
I think it's publicity stunt. I mean, you know, the guy's been completely gone for a couple of years.
For a while.
Yeah, and this is a common thing that people do. It's a pretty weird choice to get attention. But, I mean, people choose to do that because all of a sudden everyone says, hey, did you hear that Mike Tyson's actually not Mike Tyson anymore? And
He's Michelle Tyson.
he's Michelle Tyson, but he'll still kick your ass. Or she'll,
Right.
she'll kick your ass. And
She'll kick your ass and it'll be all good.
See, and I hope he never does, man. Because growing up watching him just kill people, like he'd get out there and in 90 seconds, whoever he was fighting was just beat down to the ground.
Right?
And it was just cool watching him come out there. Like, he earned the name Iron Mike because you just watched him hit somebody and they just shattered. And that was cool to watch. And then he went to jail. And boxing became stupid.
I mean, it might be worth it just to hear what a female voice from Mike Tyson would sound like.
He
Are
would
you
have
serious?
to. Well, but he
You
would
heard him
probably.
talk? He already
Oh, yeah.
sounds fucking female. Like, you get a
Sounds like
sex change,
something.
he'd sound like this all of a sudden. Yo, I'm going to
Back
eat
to-
your ear now.
Back to normal.
I'm not sure what happened. I have a vagina, but I'm
I
talking
definitely
really
not
deep.
want to stick my dick in his mouth. I'm sorry. I'd steer clear of that. You want to do what?
Bite it off.
So, yeah, I don't know. Like,
NWA made a song for that called Don't Matter, Just Don't Bite It. But it wasn't because of that. That's just because they're all perverts.
just because they're perverts.
Right.
You
We should
know.
play that shit on the show. We're perverts.
We are perverts.
That's our show. So, okay, so Mike Tyson is not Michelle. So if you were posting anything about that today, you can erase it because that was dumb.
Right?
He has a big tattoo on his face. He's still Michelle. Or Michael. Fuck.
Dude, he would have to
Mike.
undergo so much surgery to be, like, changed. So, like, there's no way.
That would just be terrible. He's just, still to this day, he's still one of those icons that I got excited when I downloaded Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for my phone.
Speaking of icons, like, remember, what were we watching last night? Naked Gun. I'm like, dude, it was like a total flashback
Yeah,
because
'cause the movie
OJ
starts off with
Simpson's on
OJ
there, and
right
it's
there.
like, holy fuck. Like,
And he's a good
like-
guy, and you watch the movie, and you remember back to when you were a
donuts
kid,
were
you're like,
$1.99 a dozen in OJ Simpson. I'm like, holy shit.
and goes walking across the screen, and it's like, wow, nostalgia. Now he's a killer, and donuts are $39 a dozen.
Right?
And it's like, fuck that.
$39.
Well, it depends on where you go. Don't go to Lamar's. You're going to spend a lot of money. I don't think
True.
that's $39 a dozen, but I'm pretty sure that it was $25 or $30.
You know, I haven't made donuts
It is
in
ridiculous.
forever. Donuts are so fucking easy to make.
I tried to take us into a fucking donut store, and everyone's like, no, I don't want donuts.
We wanted pizza first. We wanted food first. So we went to Breckenridge this weekend. We had a blast. Dude, it was so much fun. Thank
was
you
good
again
times.
for
You're
taking
welcome.
us. It was great fun. Dude, I fucking just remember
So
what
there's
I
a
talked about in
restaurant
that stupid class.
at the top
Anyway.
of the hill, not to be confused with the restaurant at the end of the universe, but
Though I'm pretty sure the restaurant at the end of the universe is probably cheaper.
probably because this restaurant was pretty insane. So if you wanted a slice of pizza in this restaurant, I think it was called like the Hilltop Inn or something,
Mountaintop.
Mountaintop, some bullshit. Regardless,
I don't know.
a slice of pizza was $9.95, but you could get a whole pizza
For a family and 5 sodas.
with up
5
to 5
sodas.
sodas. It just says up to 5 sodas, so it doesn't guarantee you 5. And then 2 sides of grissini or something, which somebody else at my work looked it up and said that's breadsticks. So breadsticks, a whole pizza,
Are
and
really
up
expensive
up
if you
to
call
5
them
drinks.
grissini.
are $75. And so I posted a picture of it because it's like, I don't even know what to say. We got people starving to death, and we got other places that are like, well, you're to the top of the mountain, you got nowhere to go.
They advertise on
$75
TV you
for
can
pizza.
feed people for less than 20 cents a day.
Right. How the fuck are people eating in Africa for less than 20 cents a day, but $75 for a family to eat a fucking pizza with up to 5 sodas?
Right, and some...
I'm guessing the up to 5
Breadsticks.
sodas means that you get a pitcher, and if you can balance out 5 drinks out of that, good fucking luck. That's my guess as to what 5 means.
I
But
would
if you're to
guess
fill
you're
up the cup
giving-
all the way, you're probably only going to get 3
You
and a half,
probably
4.
got free refills on the soda.
I
I don't know.
highly doubt it.
I would hope so. If you're spending $75 for
For fucking
pizza,
pizza.
that's crazy. I mean, I lived on Nantucket for 3 years, and you can go to
Nantucket, like the nectar drink?
Yeah, the island. And, you could go to the grocery
Nice.
store there to get 1 bag of groceries. Milk, 12 eggs, cheese, just a couple things. And, I mean, literally spend $40, $50.
Damn.
And, gas is $6 a gallon, $7 a gallon. And,
Crazy.
it's crazy. Brackenridge is not like Nantucket, but still, I guess
Right.
because you're in the
But it's
mountains,
on top of
you
the
have to
mountain,
go and pay
so-
extra.
You
I
gotta
mean,
take a 10-minute gondola ride.
We took,
Right.
it was like 15 minutes. We took a gondola ride back down to the bottom of the fucking mountain, and we went and found cheaper pizza. Like,
We still paid 40 some odd dollars.
Yeah.
I still paid $45 or something for like 3 people to eat pizza. So it's still not really cheap. It was cheaper because
Right.
that's still cheaper. But and when
all
you
I
said-
wanted was freaking chicken strips, dude. Like,
you didn't even get them.
no. I still haven't.
I said I want extra cheese pizza. I said put as much cheese on there as you can, and they fucking did. Jesus Christ, that was bullshit.
It was like a whole cheese wheel on a personal pizza.
Yeah,
But-
it was intense. I could only eat 2 pieces, and it was like, dude, this is a little 8-inch pizza that ate 2 pieces, and I knew I wasn't going to poop for a couple days. That was a lot of cheese. It was either
was
I
pretty
wasn't going
bad.
to poop or I was going to have a lot of poop.
But they had
I don't
these
remember
really
how it worked
awesome
out.
breadsticks, and I don't remember
Holy
what they...
fuck, those were the best breadsticks I ever had.
Okay, so they were like breadsticks, and they were like twisted, but then there was like cheese like twisted throughout it.
So it was like what a cheese, like a mozzarella cheese stick, kind of tasted like that, but it was light
But
and
bread.
fluffy and fucking delicious. So if you're a stoner out there, I hope that was pornographic for you.
They're like
and
$5.25.
I was going to say, and you have $15.
$5.24 for 4 of them.
Yeah, they were a little expensive too, but they were worth
it
it.
said $4.50 on the menu, dude. Like,
No, that was the fucking weird thing. The outside menu was cheaper than the inside menu, and the bill was different than that. So it's like, you know what? That was weird. Fuck this.
Bait and switch.
it's fucked up. Like 3 different prices for one item.
So yeah, you probably
They don't
wanna-
serve any Coke products in fucking Breckenridge. So
Yeah,
like,
literally, it's a Pepsi town. So if you don't like
What
Pepsi,
the
stay out of
fuck?
Breckenridge. Like I probably won't go back for a while because Pepsi's stupid.
Right.
So
I don't know. It was crazy. I don't know. I still had fun. And then at the end of the weekend, I had to ride a fucking bus. If nobody else here knows this, I'm terrified of buses. And Jeremy was an asshole and he made fun of me.
you had the best seat out of you, me, and my daughter. You got to sit by the window and next to
and
my
I
daughter.
cried the whole way down the mountain.
You're such a pussy, dude.
Dude.
I had to sit lengthwise, squished in between 2 people with asses right in front of my face. Like people crammed right. You
it
had
was
a
on
window to
a
look
godforsaken bus.
Come on, I took 2 buses to get here and a train.
I know. I'm
Cry
very
and
proud
Nile.
of you.
up. Crying Nile.
It's
Jenny.
not that bad.
I'm very, very afraid of public transportation.
Well, you got the train across the street. You can try it out sometime.
like it's no.
She was. It was. You know, I like to make fun of her and whatever, but she was pretty well locked up. Like it was
Oh,
intense.
it's-
Like she does
And
not.
what about
Not
flying?
cool. Oh, I was afraid of flying for a long time, and then one time I really, really wanted to go visit my family, so like I had to get on a fucking plane, and I've gotten a lot better. The first time that I flew, I threw up like 8 times before I got on the plane. I've gotten much better at that. Like I used to be afraid of heights, not so much with heights anymore. I was had to get on the chairlift to like go to the top of the mountain for the alpine slide.
Wait, so
and-
we rode the gondola.
Right,
We
which is
rode 10 or
okay because
15
I'm
minute gondola
enclosed.
because it's like a cube that flies through the air.
And I've done that before.
And so you have that illusion of safety, but we were way higher in that gondola. Like if we would have fallen on the road, that was probably 80 feet.
Right.
At one point, it was fucking way up there. I kept telling him that
These
if it
fears
falls,
don't make sense to me.
that it just
Like,
rolls
I
and they
don't
put extra
understand
gas
them.
in them and that it's going to blow up and it's all good.
You're fucked up.
Telling him all this bullshit stories while we were flying up there. And I didn't realize why you were so stressed out when we got to
Oh,
the
dude,
top.
I was freaking out like all morning. Like I was super sick. I went in the bathroom and pooped and threw up.
Freaking out because of the open ski lift. Because
Like-
you sit there and you dangle.
And the weird thing is like up until I was like 8 or 9, like we went skiing when I was a kid. Like we went on the freaking ski lift. Like I don't understand where this has come from. I'm old and afraid.
Phobias just happen.
I don't understand it.
It's okay.
I don't. But I rode it, and the fucking alpine slide was fucking awesome.
And then you rode
So,
the thing several more times like a champ.
Yeah.
Like a champ. You
I was
did
okay.
good.
I quit being sick. I was like,
Yeah, you were in a great mood after that and everything.
I was having
was
a hard
copacetic, and we rode that that Gold Coaster several times and whatever.
I don't understand.
It was a fun weekend.
It doesn't make sense to me, but you know, it is what it is. So, but buses not so much. A couple years ago, actually, it was after Apo, 2 years ago. I was staying at a friend's apartment downtown, and I was supposed to ride the bus to work because I got mad at him and I didn't have a ride. Whatever, who cares? I cried for about 3 hours, and I called my friend Carl, and I was like, dude, can you just, like, come give me a ride? Like, I will make you breakfast. Like, please come and give me a ride. I was a wreck, dude. It was fucked up. I don't know. And I
What's
wrote
the moral of the story?
I don't know. Face your fears. Don't be a pussy. But I can because I'm me. No, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, speaking of pussy, should we show this commercial?
Let's cut to our own commercial, and then we'll come back and show this commercial, and we'll talk about it. How's that?
That sounds good.
Does that work?
All right, dab break.
Sure.
Is that what this is for? All right, people, dab away.
River Rock Wellness, located at 4935 York Street and on the corner of 6th and Calumath, right next to Lamar's Donuts at 990 West 6th Avenue, offers in-house, award-winning organic medical cannabis flowers, concentrates, tinctures, topicals, edibles, and raw superfoods for all patients. Prices range from $160 to $240 an ounce, with member and non-member benefits including caregiver, SSI, SSDI, vets, travelers, and sponsored programs. With brands you trust like Healthy Creations, Rare Dankness, Rock Butter, Priva, Token Daily, and more. Become a River Rock patient or renew with us today and receive a $100 ounce of choice. Offer good through April 20th, 2013.
Whether you are a commercial grower or cultivate as a hobby, No Dough Urban Garden Supply is Denver's first stop for your hydroponic grow needs. With a wide range of products including House and Garden, Botanicare, and Fox Farm, their knowledgeable staff can get you started on your first garden or help you with your well-established business. No Dough Urban Garden Supply is located in downtown Denver at 1330 27th Street, 4 blocks north of Coors Field near MMD of Colorado. They are open 6 days a week from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 303-296-3424 or visit them on the web at www.nodoughurbangardensupply.com.
The law offices of Edson, Mayton, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
Independent Records and Videos has been your locally owned and operated choice for music, movies, and lifestyle accessories since 1978. Independent Records and Videos has 7 locations from Denver to Colorado Springs to Pueblo to serve your entertainment needs. Whether it's vinyl, CDs, DVDs, books, smoking accessories, or hundreds of other fun and fanciful items, Independent is ready and waiting to make your dreams come true. We are always buying, selling, and trading vinyl, CDs, books, and DVDs, so sell yours and buy ours. Independent Records Records and Videos, your entertainment headquarters. Check us out at beindependent.com or on Facebook.
Blue Sage Microbes unveils the ultimate in superior soil, Ideal Soil, a 16-quart bag of the best growing soil ever engineered. Superior plant health and vitality is a direct result of the structure and chemistry of your soil. How good is your growing soil? Is your growing soil really balanced? How do you know? Well, Blue Sage Microbes has a newly designed growing soil that is the most advanced growing medium ever offered for cannabis cultivation. This is the only brand in the marketplace that provides growers with an ideal soil structure designed to work specifically with their cultivation systems. You will have your best grow results ever. Call now for a special introductory offer. 888-959-8551 or log on to bluesagemicrobes.com and experience a new level in growing. That's 888-959-8551.
Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 for all your insurance needs. Canisher understands the risks you face each day, and we are there to protect your business and your investment. Since 2010, Canisher has been serving the cannabis industry nationwide. Call Canisher at 1-800-420-5757 or visit us on the web at canisher.com to learn more about our insurance and risk management services. Proud member of the NCIA.
Cannapunch is a delicious and effective medical marijuana beverage proudly made right here in Colorado. Each bottle is freshly infused with 100% pure flower extract from the highest grade marijuana plants available today. Using proprietary extraction methods, every bottle of Cannapunch is consistently and reliably infused with an exact milligram dosage that you can count on to relieve your symptoms each and every time. Cannapunch is delicious. There's never any medicine-y taste. We use only 100% cannabis flowers. No trim or byproducts are ever used in Cannapunch. It does not require refrigeration and comes in convenient, resealable multi-dose bottles from 60 milligrams to 200 milligrams. We have drinks with dosage that works best for you. Cannapunch is available in a variety of delicious flavors like black cherry, watermelon, pineapple mango, and blue raspberry. And we now have strain-specific beverages available just for you. Cannapunch is delicious, convenient, consistent, and effective. Give it a try and experience the Cannapunch difference.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
Fuck, I love that. I'm sorry. I get all excited every time I hear that. To Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson was awesome. I voted for him. And yeah, that just makes me happy every time I hear that. Especially because Ron Paul didn't run.
Right.
Or he did, but didn't work out because he was shut down.
Yeah.
Fuck the man, fuck the machine. So, yeah.
Fuck it all.
Fuck it all.
Don't even care.
We'll have a
I'm
fuck
kidding.
the man moment later. Not literally fuck
Right.
a man, but fuck the man.
Well, we can have that too. Like, I don't care. Like,
you
the
can
show,
have that.
like, there can be a fuck a man moment. It can be a man fucking a man moment. It doesn't matter. It's Sex Pot Radio.
That's true.
We are not against any form of sex.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I'm
I
not
don't
saying
really
that you
think that
maybe
people
want
should
to.
stick gerbils up their asses. You know, I mean, if you're gonna have sex with something that's gonna die
What if
for
the
your
gerbil's
pleasure,
consenting?
that's different. I mean, if
What is
the
that
gerbil's
South
like,
Park
hey, I'm
episode?
good.
What was his name? Lemony Wings.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yes. So if you want to stick gerbils up your ass, just make sure they're cool with it.
Yeah.
But you need to have them sign a consent form
Yeah,
first.
there needs to be a signed consent
If
waiver.
you can train them to sign the consent form, more power to you.
If you can train them to sign something and then you're going to jam them up your ass, you're kind of a dickhead.
Especially since you've spent that much time with them.
Right. Like,
that's
okay.
a lot of time and effort
Yeah.
to put into something. But it's not like you just ask some random person to like stick their dick in your ass. Like, you know, sometimes you take time to know those people. I don't know. You should totally know who or whatever is going up your ass.
Yeah, but if you're going to stick something up your ass and that something dies, I think that's crossing the line. Like gerbils and goldfish and whatever other
There's a
freaky things
chance
people
that you
do.
can have a heart attack and die during sex anytime. So
But still.
it's a risk one takes.
But still.
I'm really not encouraging anyone to
I know.
stick a gerbil up their ass, okay?
But you have to fight hard for both sides. That's the joy of freedom and perspective in this country. If you want to understand your perspective better, you need to know the other side.
I mean, gerbils are furry and, like, there's not a lot of lubrication. If you're going to do something, you know, like a frog or something, they're slimy.
Oddly
they're
enough, a frog was what I was
self-lubing.
thinking about first. Like people that fuck frogs, like that monkey fucked that frog.
Dude.
So,
Oh my god, if you have not seen the monkey fucking a frog video, you know
so
what?
it's called monkey frog. So if you need to look it up, you know, do it after the show. It's called monkey frog. It's
a family at a zoo, and
it's a monkey
dude,
raping a frog.
the little kid in the background, mommy, what is he doing to that frog?
And the mom's
Like-
laughing, so it's like, you know,
and
that's
videoing
awesome.
it.
And filming it. Well, but sometimes you
the
have
monkey's masturbating with a frog.
to. Pretty much.
That's what he's doing. I don't think that frog lived.
I would hope not.
I would hope
Like
not.
it was a big frog. It was like a toad. I mean,
It was
yeah.
weird, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
They might have been friends. He may have liked it. I don't know.
You know.
Consensual frog monkey relations.
Right. Like, you know.
It's a possibility. It's a small possibility, but it's possible.
But it's possible. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they were in a zoo. They were in the same environment area.
See, and then this goes back to South Park with the monkey and the pig, or the pig and the elephant.
Right.
They have the baby.
Right. And I mean, it's not like the frog bit him and said no, you know, like, you know. I don't know. I didn't hear anyone say no. Maybe ribbit means no. I don't know. I don't understand frog. And I really doubt monkeys understand frog either.
Well, you know who's probably good at translating bullshit?
Kermit.
I was gonna say the NSA.
Maybe.
So.
Okay.
Should we find out about
So
that?
yeah, we're gonna show you this quick video, and we're gonna have a little talk about this video.
Because yeah, it's happening. Eventually.
Maybe.
Wow, is it playing from the
Until
beginning?
next time, keep laughing.
Are you lonely? Are you looking to make a connection? Do you want to listen in on the naughtiest ingoing and outgoing conversations? Then join the NSA. Getting a job with the NSA is the quickest way to peep in on private phone calls, emails, texts, and fun Skype sessions from all around the country. Why settle for just one phone sex hotline when becoming a contractor for the NSA gives you unlimited access to any private contact made over AT&T and Verizon? Hello, Verizon? Can I listen in on Charlie Rose's phone calls, please? Thanks. With our exclusive search engine, PrismTube, you'll have access to every hot, private photo and video sent over Yahoo, Hotmail, Google, Facebook, Apple, AOL, YouTube, Dropbox, and PalTalk, whatever the that is, because NSA stands for no strings attached. So what are you waiting for? Even President Obama likes to listen in.
I just want to say thank you for your service to our country, and I have a huge boner right now.
He's such a flirt. So join the NSA to fulfill your every voyeuristic fantasy. It's just like that movie Sliver, except the entire country is being watched.
Hey, I'm sorry, is this bugging anybody's conscience except mine? I can't live in a country where this type of surveillance happens. If the people have a right to...
Badger is in the cave. So what are you waiting for? Dial 1-800 and any phone number and apply to the NSA today. Come on, I'm lonely.
Oh, Jesus. That's fucking fucked up because it's true. You know, thanks to...
Dude.
See, this is what 9/11... This is why people get so angry about 9/11 and the fact that it was total bullshit, is because of all the bullshit that became legal after it. You know, nobody really attacked us. You know, even Bush said, no, it wasn't Iraq. We don't really... It wasn't nobody. You know, mission not accomplished. We're dumb. But we've been killing people now for... What is it, 2013, 01, 12 years now. We've been killing brown people for no reason. But the USA Patriot Act did authorize a whole lot of bullshit, and it's all come into play. You know, it doesn't happen right away, but it happens over time. So now we can see over the span of 12 years how shit's starting to fall apart. You know, you can't call people conspiracy theorists anymore for saying that we live in a police state. Look the fuck around you. There's cameras on every street corner. I mean, everywhere. You're being monitored, recorded. You know, the national ID card isn't a conspiracy theory. That's hidden in the current immigration bill that they're voting on this week. So who knows? You know, who knows? But all these things happen. Obamacare is supposed to start kicking in. There's a whole lot of things that are changing. Oh, July 1st is coming. So as of July 1st, if you have a mag with 11 rounds or higher, that's illegal. So you just got to buy more powerful guns. So a lot of things are changing in this country that is supposedly celebrating its birthday coming up here in, what, a week? Next week?
Right.
Next Thursday? Is July 4th? I mean, are you going to be that flag-waving nutcase like all these other people that are out there just blindly waving the flag, not knowing that their country is being fucked?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to do that.
I mean, are you going to sport that shirt and say, yay, God bless America?
Mhm.
You know, God help America. You know, not fucking bless us. We need fucking help. I mean, we're fucked. We're way fucked. Things are getting pretty bad, and we need to wake up before it's too late, and it might already be too late. I mean, our kids are not going to know the same freedoms that we knew. I mean, for those of us that got to have 4th of July and have fireworks in the front yard with Dad and the fire, you know, the water bucket, and you spray the yard down, and then you set up your little tanks or your fountains or bottle rockets or Roman candles. And now, in supposedly the freest country on the earth, the only fireworks in Colorado that are legal to buy, you can get in a Walmart. And that's not a joke. You can't even have sparklers legally in Colorado.
Yeah, that when I first moved here, that totally baffled me. Like, because I remember going every year and spending like $2,000, $3,000, maybe $4,000 on fireworks.
Yeah, being in Texas, that's a huge thing. I mean, it's,
Right.
you know, for 2 weeks before Christmas, for the New Year,
Yep.
and for 2 weeks of June, it's every 2 miles on every highway, there's a
Right.
stand. And I mean, yeah, I can remember spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, like, it lasts like 20 minutes.
Right.
But, you know what I mean?
But
It's
so what?
crazy,
You're
but-
celebrating
Right.
freedom.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
It's the
Or you're having a
peak.
war, which is what we did.
Well,
we,
yeah.
we built PVC bottle rockets and put towels on them, and, you know, that was what we did.
My sister was on crutches one year, and my uncle shot bottle rockets at her. Like, he just thought it was funny, and we all did too.
Well, so I mean, talking about the whole NSA thing, like, what are you supposed to do? Because you have people, you know, like Bradley Manning, who go out and do WikiLeaks or
Right.
all the stuff that's going on in the news now.
What's that guy's name?
It's the whistleblower guy. I know.
And he's in Russia right now.
Yeah,
and
hiding out. But I mean, you know, what can you do? Because if you step forward and you say, hey, here's what's actually happening, here's what we need to do. You know, Obama put in the Prolonged Detention Act, which you can be put in
Right.
detention for the rest of your life without being charged with anything.
Right.
So it installs fear in everyone, and it makes people completely powerless and say, I'm not going to.
But that's how governments gain power. They make you fear them.
Right, exactly. But so,
So-
I mean, what can you do in a
Right.
situation like where we are? You know,
Right.
Well, as they start taking away our gun rights, there's not going to be a whole lot left we can do. Him
Right.
with the most guns makes the rules,
Mhm.
sadly. You know, if the government is armed to the hilt and we don't have anything, because eventually they legislate it all away, you know, if the police show up at your door or the military shows up at your door, can you even tell them apart anymore? You know, driving past all the new police cars, you know, in Westminster and in Denver, and you know, they all look much tougher. They're more boxy. They've got bigger wheels. They look more militarized in the way that they look. They're just more like the armored cars that you see, and it's happening. It'll happen slowly. It's the frog in the boiling pot of water story that everyone's fairly familiar with, I would imagine. You know, we're all the frogs right now. So
and the government's the monkey that's destroying our bodies
Rape
with its
our
penis.
faces.
that wasn't entirely the direction I was going with, but you guys did bring that back around to a very nice point that's just as accurate as the boiling water story.
I mean, I kind of feel like the frog is being held by the government.
The government's the monkey, and we're the frogs just getting face
And
fucked.
then my tax money is coming out of my mouth.
Right, and that's the best part about this, people, is that our tax dollars are paying for this. That
Right,
not only do
right.
we consent by not doing anything about it, but we pay for it.
Right. We pay to be monitored and watched and controlled.
So remember that when you celebrate this 4th of July and singing any of the national anthems or state songs or national songs or any of that bullshit, and really think what really happened and which direction it's going. You know, anyone that thinks that, say, the Second Amendment was wrote for hunting, you're a fucking idiot. You are just stupid. The Second Amendment was wrote for our protection, to protect ourselves from any tyrannical person or group of people, period. Be it an attacker, a raper, a burglar, or the fucking government. You have the right to protect yourself from these people, and if we let them legislate that away, we're fucked. I should probably take another dab. I'm starting to get mad. Oh, well, since we're all riled up, we might as well go into that police video.
Yeah, so let's go into our next video, which is from Sonic Bloom.
This is a local Colorado event here. You know, we got a lot of fun events here because there's a lot that you can do in Colorado, and keep in mind that it's hard to even know where to go. If you're religious, you know, being naked is what we were born with. I mean, if you're not religious, being naked is what we were born with. You know, if you're religious, you were taught shame, and it's not a crime to be naked. And in no way is what we're about to show you called for. So we probably won't show it all because it's real aggravating.
Number! Get his badge number. Get his badge number. Hold still. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah. Why the fuck? Why? 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 How can you fucking sleep at night? What is wrong with you? That can cause brain aneurysms. That can cause brain aneurysms. Do you feel big? Get his badge number. What's your badge number, Chow? Do you feel big? There you go. Fuck you, big! What the fuck? Thank you. Fuck you, big! Fuck you! What the fuck? This is so wrong! What the fuck you? Fuck you! What the fuck is wrong with you? What's your badge number? This is cool. Go get their badge numbers on your camera. Sheet is full. I just got it. Thank you. Dude, they don't have badge numbers. They don't have badge numbers. They don't have badge numbers. Criminal. That's modern day criminal. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only take so much.
Yeah, so I mean, I was at Sonic Bloom, and you know, I gotta say, the reason I think that this escalated so quickly and became such a big issue so fast, you know, Georgetown is I don't know the exact population of Georgetown, but the amount of tickets sold to Sonic Bloom and the amount of people that come and camp right there, right along the highway, right next to Georgetown is more than the population of the whole town.
Right.
So the police force is already on a huge edge, because this isn't a bunch of people who are coming for a religious gathering. This is a bunch of people who are coming from Denver and from all over the country to A, eat drugs, B, listen to music, and C, be crazy. Not everybody, but there's a lot that are. So I think the police were already mad, and the fact that he went onto the public road is what got them just so freaked out.
Right.
And I think he was hugging a couple girls, and the girls were saying, stop. which takes it to another level of being just nude, like you were saying. I mean, it definitely went a little bit far, but the fact that it went there is just ridiculous. I mean,
right. But obviously, like, he was in definite altered state of mind.
Absolutely.
His own friends were there, like, hey, let me talk to him. He's on acid. They're trying to work with the police to try to help.
Yeah, his friend brings his clothes, and
Right.
the guy drags him away.
And they just, like, I don't know, the police refused to take any other steps to, like, end what was going on. And
It's hard to know because, you don't
Right.
get to see what happens before.
right, you only get 3 minutes of what happened. You're only seeing this small little window.
Well, before that video, he was running down the road with his arms out and kind of smiling, and running and
Right.
saying hi to people.
Tripping.
And trying to, tripping. I mean, completely out of his mind on acid, pancake-eyed, but not being malicious at all. No destruction of property, nothing. If he would have been in the festival grounds, none of this would have happened.
Right.
Someone would have said, hey, you're a little too far. Here's your clothes. You need to go sit. But because he was on the road, one of the security guards ran and body checked him into the ditch.
Right.
And that's what triggered him to freak out. And then the security guard got the
Right.
cops, and it just escalated. Now, after that video was shot, they actually called full riot SWAT, and they closed the entire road and closed the festival. And this was from all the different events throughout the day, but later on in the day, But because of the way the crowd was going, they had to call in people,
Right.
and it didn't escalate more, but surprisingly, actually.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, the fact that the two charges he ends up with are public indecency and maybe public intoxication, and that's the result, I mean, that's
Right.
ridiculous. No one, watching that video, you would think there's obvious, attempted assault or something really violent,
But an
Right.
unarmed, naked man tripping balls. You can't subdue him in any other way. You're just standing there tasing him. Like, tackle him, handcuff him,
Well, and that's the thing is, like,
Something.
when you're tasing someone or coming at them like that when they're in that altered state of mind and fucking tripping balls, like, of course they're going to react adversely to what you're trying to do.
And he didn't even click into offensive at all. It was all
Right.
just defense.
Right.
Really
Well, yeah,
just
'cause
scared,
he's
just
being attacked.
Right.
Fetal position, I mean.
Yeah, that's
It's
fucked up.
It's sad. I mean,
And so, how long ago was this? What, a week, 2 weeks?
this was last weekend.
A week,
not
yeah.
not this weekend. This last weekend. 2 weeks ago.
Right, so about a week and a half.
Yeah.
Damn.
And and this event was literally the beginning of a very, very long event. A lot of events that went down that day that made Sonic Bloom very rough. Earlier that morning there was someone found in a tent that had been overdosed on drugs, passed away at the festival. This happened, and then there was also a microburst of wind, which really creates a mini tornado, and it picked up, I think, like a 200-pound VIP tent and lifted it into the electrical pole, started a fire, burned a bunch of stuff in that area, and knocked out the power to the city. So, and then the road ends up getting closed, and you have 200 festival people who are in a parking lot 2.5 miles from
Right.
the road, and the state troopers are saying, no one's allowed to go in here. Now, you've paid $200, and it's 3 days. And they're
Right.
saying you can't go in. And what they're doing is they're allowing shuttles to go in empty and then letting people out. And there's people unloading Sunday at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, getting off the shuttle saying, I'm going home. This is stupid. This was terrible. Today was crazy. I mean, I saw people coming off that were just like, today was insane.
Wow.
So people said there was tents literally flying by in the air. Just like a tent,
Wow.
So
Damn, thank God Apo was fucking...
Appa was amazing. Compared,
It had its own
And
craziness,
it
but
did.
It did.
But
I mean,
in comparison,
Right.
dude, that was nothing.
But like,
because
if that guy would have been at Apogea, it would have just been
a dude running around naked.
Right.
Sweet. Everybody else do it.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. and the fact that it went there, and maybe that's why I personally think that Sonic Bloom's location, I think that's a beautiful piece of land, but I think it's probably the worst piece of land you could possibly do a festival like that.
Right.
You have Interstate 70 there, then you have about, I don't know, a couple 100 feet of land before you hit a river, which goes to another little patch of land, and there's a road, a little tiny piece of patch of land, and a cliff. So it's this little narrow area where everyone's around water, and there's a lake involved, and it just I don't think it was the right place for that kind of thing.
This isn't the first time that it's been held
No,
there,
this
though,
was the
right?
third year, and they had a 3-year contract, so everything's kind of up in the air to whether they'll
Right.
end up back in Georgetown or if they'll.
I highly doubt it.
Anywhere.
No, or anywhere. I mean, who knows what'll happen? I mean, that's a
So-
lot to go down in one day.
Right.
So.
Wow. It's crazy.
Damn. And there's still festivals going on this summer, so don't let that discourage anybody out there.
There's
Because
another one there on the
Yeah, there's one there next month. Same exact kind of festival too. At
Sonic
Shadows
Bloom
Ranch.
type festival?
It's called Unify Festival, and it's Govinda's playing, Octopus Nebula, a
Oh,
bunch
shit.
of stuff like that. So
damn, Georgetown's gonna either. Who knows? That'll be interesting. We'll have to follow that and see how that works out.
it'll be really interesting to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know that the Bongathon's coming up, and I'm excited about that. That's out in South Park.
Yes, that is August 3rd.
Yep.
I remember now. Like, I
Yep.
keep saying the 13th. Everyone's going to be late.
You late, you missed it, you damn stoner.
So, yeah, Bongathon. God, I forget how to get a hold of those guys.
Shit, dude. Just get on Facebook and type in Bongathon, and it's all over. All over the
There,
place.
do that.
What?
Google Bongathon.
Right. Or hit us up, on Facebook or
Hit us
whatever.
up. We'll put you in contact with the
We'll
right
set you up
people. Get you talking to Norm or Jetter and get you tickets. You do have to be 21 or older to attend.
Wah, wah, wah.
You don't have to have a red card.
Nope.
Because it is the first recreational Bongathon. Some amazing glass being given away. We're going to be there. I'm going to be there. So everyone should be there.
Right, so it's just going to be
There,
awesome.
no excuses.
We'll have a dab bar set up, and which you're supposed to be there smoking weed. Which dabs are advanced, but take a few dabs, you won't need to smoke so much weed. Besides, it's better for you anyway. Maybe.
maybe.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know if mixing.
beyond.
I don't know if mixing like fossil fuel and organic plant matter
But it's
is
all
healthier
removed.
than.
But yeah, when it's all removed, if you leave it in there,
If it's properly purged.
we'd
don't
be
see the
surprised. A lot of our foods are used, or
This is
a
true.
lot of our oils and stuff that we cook with on a daily basis, are used. Like they use hexane for canola or safflower
hexane
oil.
gas. I mean, like for canola and safflower oil. A
there's
lot
all
of like
kinds.
Oh,
sunflower
I mean,
oil. like
food
all the-
itself. I mean, you
Right,
look
right.
at food coloring. Some of them are illegal in other countries.
Shit,
Like,
it's all poison.
You can't have Fruit Loops in like Sweden or something. It's like completely illegal.
It's hard to walk into a grocery
Yeah.
store and not look at everything and just see preservatives and
Because
poison.
because we got into this conversation while we were up in Breckenridge, did you know that artificial vanilla flavoring in some instances is made from the beaver prostate?
Wow.
It's
Well,
beaver jizz.
I mean, it's not surprising. You've got Jello, which is horse hoofs.
Right.
For the thing in there, and I don't know. This just came up in my mind because we're talking. You know that someone bought Hostess.
Yeah,
they're
it's
coming
coming back.
July 15th. They'll be
Yeah.
on the shelf.
And
You
so
know
I was
what?
reading stories.
Everyone's gonna kill me, but like I don't like Twinkies. They
I don't
they
like
have stuff
Twinkies,
in the
man.
middle. Like I don't like anything
Okay.
with goo in the middle.
I don't like any food that can last for 45 years and
Right,
still be
and
okay.
still be all
We've been
right.
having a hard time because we've been buying organic milk lately, and you buy a
Why does organic milk? Why is the
got, like,
expiration
2
date
months.
so far out?
it's
I've always wondered that as well.
But
It
then the
kinda
normal
weirds
milk
me
is like
out.
Right.
a week, 2 weeks away, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, so I got to drink this week, otherwise, it's gonna turn into cottage cheese.
Right.
But I could buy this organic milk for $1 more, and it'll last for 2 months.
And it
I don't have
lasts
to-
forever. I don't understand.
and it still tastes good. So it's like, well, wait, do they put more bullshit in that? I mean, it's organic.
Yeah,
There's
you
not
would
supposed
think
to
it'd be the
any.
opposite because you'd think
Right.
organic would be no preservatives, which like on Nantucket, going back to Nantucket, we used to make bread there, and the bread would last 3 days and it would go completely moldy. But it was the best bread people had ever had.
Well, because there's no preservatives.
Right, nothing in it. So, but that's weird with the organic milk.
Look at that.
yeah.
I just Googled it, and it's like the first thing that comes up under organic milk.
Right? Well, we'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's really weird.
Do you guys
Um,
drink almond milk? Because that stuff will last as well. Like 6 months, you buy it, because
No,
there's no
'cause
dairy.
almonds don't have nipples, so I just...
I like milk that comes from a tit.
From-
Okay,
from
no, I'm
something with a
kidding.
tit, yeah. Like
Not
soy
from a
milk.
nut.
Soy milk is
Not from a nut.
It's got to come from boobs, not nuts.
I don't want nut milk.
I'll give you some nut milk. Like, if they don't have nipples, then you probably shouldn't... Like, I don't know. Shouldn't be called milk.
One of the
know,
best reasons
whatever.
why organic milk lasts longer is that it's ultra high temperature process used in its preservation. Unlike your typical milk, which undergoes pasteurization, organic milk is heated to 280 degrees Fahrenheit to guarantee eliminating more bacteria inside of the milk. And then you can learn more about milk on Google.
Right, Google that shit. We
Just
started
Google
you?
it. I got you started, but I guess that makes sense. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's
that's-
cooked.
Okay. So I
Cooked
feel a
food
little bit
lasts
better
longer
about
than
that.
raw food.
Yep.
Like, I feel slightly better. I still don't like.
Well, yeah, but raw is all the hype nowadays. Like the government's going in, shutting down all the raw food places, and
Right.
it's crazy. Fuck the government. Damn it! How did I even come back to that? I'm sorry. Fuck the government. Go fuck yourselves. You know, I mean, some of you that work for the government, maybe you're all right, but there's some shady shit going down, and god damn it.
Hey, you got to give credit to the people that work for the government who are trying to change it.
You
Because
know,
there's a
yeah,
couple.
absolutely.
There's
So
people.
not fuck all the government. It's just
Right.
like fuck the police. You know,
Totally.
fuck you cops, but not all of you.
Hey.
Right.
You know, because some of you are actually pretty good, but you know, you got to help smash down the ones that are being dickheads because they're kind of ruining it for everybody.
Right.
You know, but I know that there's some nice cops out there, so all my anti-cop shit is not directed towards everyone, but there's some bullshit going on. It needs to be stopped.
Yeah, I'm from Boulder, so I mean, Boulder police. Yeah, don't get me started. You know,
Right.
They are something else down there, man. I grew up in Texas, and I think that the town I grew up in had a better police department than Boulder.
Wow.
I mean, I grew up in a bum redneck hick town.
But Boulder has a lot of shit to contend with because it has one of the colleges that bring people from all over the country, and now that, or all over the world, really. And now that weed's legal here, I'm sure that kids all over are going, fuck, I want to go to Colorado and go to college.
Absolutely, yeah. Not to mention that all the micro beers, they're double the amount of alcohol than in most of the other states.
Yeah,
So it's
I mean,
like better beer, better weed.
Colorado
beautiful
wins
women. People
party
are just
awards
running.
for a reason.
Yeah.
Totally. Whether we want to or not. And there was one year where Colorado was really high up there. I don't know if they were number one or whatever out of all the schools, and it brought a huge amount of attention, so they tried to squash it. And it's like, oh, nice. Good luck. Good luck. Of course, I think that they really got 420 pretty good.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job squishing that out, man.
Yeah, because that
pretty
was
impressive.
That was 20,000 strong generally, and now
They
it's-
wasted so much money though.
I think they paid Wyclef Jean $100,000.
Was
to
that
come and play?
So that was last year, right?
Not this year, the year before.
Yeah.
And so this year, nothing
what
happened.
happened?
I
was
think
last
this
year?
year, last year they had Wyclef Jean play instead of
Yeah, and
having
didn't
an
he
event.
say something about going and smoking up?
Yeah,
Anyway?
he was like, smoke weed. It's 420. You know, He was
Right?
like, come on. And
What the fuck are you doing here watching me?
but the crazy thing was that they set up a perimeter around the campus, and if you
Right.
walked into campus, they would stop you and they'd say, "Do you have your student ID?" And if you didn't have a student ID, you were arrested for trespassing.
Wow.
And I mean, this is a college campus, and regardless if
Definitely
it's
not
420
the day to go up there and check out the college.
No, no. So, and I think there was something like 6 people arrested. A couple people went up there and smoked anyways, and the cops were like, "Yeah, you're arrested. You're an idiot." And then I think last year, they did Macklemore and Ryan Lewis like on the 19th to try to get people to just go to the quad that day and
Right.
and then not go on the 20th. So, I don't know. I mean, and then in Denver this year, there was a gang-related shooting at the 420 gathering.
Yeah. And
That's because if you hold a thug-themed
Well, yeah,
event, you're
exactly.
gonna get thug-like results.
Right,
you know?
especially in Denver and when there's gangs and.
Right, like there are no art booths, there's no
yeah.
hippie jam bands. It's
Right.
all fucking rap and thug bullshit, and that's just, I mean, nothing against rap if you like rap, but I mean, look at the lyrics, look at how it works out. And then people get shot and raped and shit stolen from, and it's like, well, it all goes together. It is what it is.
Yeah,
So-
no, it's the music. Yeah.
So going from talking about college and 420, and we're going to talk about this article
That's
from the Huff
way
Post.
happier. Let's read that.
Right. So let's get to happier things. HuffPost reported that marijuana. Jeez, I can't even read. College women who smoke marijuana are more likely to hook up. Yes.
That's because marijuana helps you not be such an uptight twat bitch. So, if you're an uptight twat bitch, marijuana may be for you. Ask your doctor. Don't ask your doctor. Just put a joint in your mouth and fucking smoke it.
Helping women get laid since 1962.
Right. Stop being a bitch.
So
Smoke some weed.
do you really think that college women that smoke weed hook up more than other?
Here's what it is. I mean,
Yeah, because they're not so uptight.
I think that's part of it. But I mean, I think a big thing is that marijuana and intimacy are very connected.
Right.
And if you are smoking marijuana and being intimate with someone, it's much easier to go into sex, because you're more connected. I mean, there's a part of pot that is connecting, and I think there's a part of it that's disconnecting.
Right.
The part of it that's connecting probably makes it much easier to open up to someone and want to be intimate. So I think that's a big part of it. And it's also, I think you're absolutely right. I think people they're stuck up. They're always studying. And then they smoke and they chill out and they say, "Yeah, it'd be nice to get laid."
Right, because life's not all about what is drilled into our heads to be about. It's like we go to school for the first, 15 years of our lives so we can, be workers for the rest of our lives, and then maybe retire, forced to get insurance and fined. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But then you smoke weed and you're like, wow, that stream is really pretty. Man, those leaves are really green on that tree. Holy shit, man, this world is kind of beautiful. Well, so is that girl. And all of a sudden life just can be better than this nightmare we kind of created for ourselves.
And I think there's also the inhibitions thing. I don't think it's the same as alcohol by any means.
Right.
But I think it also lowers the inhibitions the way alcohol does and the way any drug.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of factors working there.
Absolutely. So does it say anything? We speculated.
It talks about all kinds of stuff. First-year college students who smoke pot are more likely to hook up, especially if they engaged in casual sex before arriving on campus. So if you're already hooking up...
So if you put out in high school and you smoke a doober in college, you're probably going to keep on trucking. Nice. Word. Right
Okay,
on.
so... But what they don't seem to, research is if you hook up often in high school, are you more likely to smoke marijuana? Is it the marijuana that leads to hooking up or the hooking up that leads to marijuana? I don't know.
That is a very interesting question. We should really jot that down and try to figure that one out, because I do kind of think that would be...
I mean, I'm pretty sure I had sex before I smoked weed.
I did.
So,
I didn't. I smoked weed when I was 13, and I definitely did not have sex when I was 13. So
I did. I had sex.
I smoked
weed after I had sex.
See, I smoked weed after I got expelled from high school, and if I would have just started smoking before, I probably wouldn't have got expelled.
Right.
But... Yeah.
the first guy that I had sex with, we smoked a joint a couple weeks later. I don't know.
Your penis makes me want to smoke a joint. Hey, if it works, it works,
Whatever.
I have to talk to my daughter and be like, hey, look, just stay away from the alcohol.
Right.
Well, also, too, I mean, some people think pot's an aphrodisiac. And that
yeah,
could be,
definitely can for
be.
sure.
Right. So, that's also a big part of it, too. If people are getting stoned, they want to just have sex anyways.
Right. There's horny
pot and sex is
college
sex
kids.
Pot radio, right?
There's a bunch of horny college kids. I don't know.
It does go good together. I mean, there's nothing like having great sex and then lighting up a nice little doob afterwards, and it's like, here, because fuck smoking a cigarette after sex. That's just stupid. That just ruins you. But if you're going to be breathing hard, you should intake the good stuff that cannabis has to offer.
Well, and it's a connector, like I said. I think in small amounts. I think if you can smoke a little bit before, having sex or making love to someone, I think it brings you closer. I mean, I think definitely. But after you smoke more than a little bit, I don't think it really does. I think then you're just kind of lost in this haze and yeah.
Okay, so they defined a hookup as sex between partners who are not in a committed relationship, and the interaction is short term and does not signify Jesus Christ signify that a romantic relationship will begin. Women who smoked weed and binge drank alcohol were more likely to engage in oral sex in a hookup situation than women who did not smoke pot or binge drink. Marijuana consumers had vaginal sex hookups more often than women who did not smoke pot, according to the study.
Vaginal hookups.
Vaginal
I just wanted to put that out there. That's the only thing I remember you saying.
Versus anal hookups or oral hookups, I
guess.
Or toe hookups.
Right.
Or ear.
Or ear. Just go with the ear. If, you're afraid, go with the ear.
There once
grab
was
their
a
ear and you
man.
just start fucking them and you're like, oh, tell me when you can hear me coming. Is that what you're talking about? All right. So,
about 1/4 of all women surveyed had at least one hookup involving either oral or vaginal sex during the first year of college, according to the abstract study.
That's what's great about oral is, that girls that are trying to remain chaste can just blow us, That's just wonderful, So all you religious women that are trying to stay pure, remember that oral and anal is okay. Yeah.
Still a virgin.
You're still a virgin.
Yep.
You're saving yourself for marriage. So don't feel like you're tarnishing all your flowers, Like you've got a multitude of flowers.
2 in the garden.
I've actually heard a story about that, about couples that are both really religious, and they aren't married yet, and they're like 18 years old, 17 years old, and they'll have anal sex. Then that's the only type of sex they'll have because it's okay, because they're not going 1 inch down and doing the same exact motion. But I mean, like, that's ridiculous. I mean, that,
That's
religion,
crazy.
man, religion. Don't eat fish
Not
on
even
Fridays.
once. Whoa.
We should just have a cool segment. Come in when that happens. We're like, oh, somebody said the magic word. It was dingleberry.
And give something away on the show.
Right. We could totally do that.
Every time that accidentally happens on the show, we are going to give away a gift. I have lots of stuff to give away.
I've got tons of IDAB pins that I could give
Yeah,
away
I've
every
got
time that
T-shirts,
bullshit happens.
pipes. I have some oil rigs. I got all kinds of shit I can give away.
So we should do that I don't know. Next week we'll start that.
So yeah, from now on, if that accidentally happens, it has to be an accident.
We'll
if
just
that
go into the
happens
group
during
and
the
pick
show,
somebody into the
we'll
chat
just
room?
go into the chat room and we will give something away.
Okay.
Give like a paper towel roll and a gerbil and a Ziploc bag. The kit.
Dude. There you
The
go.
all-in-one.
Oh man, dude, that just reminded me of the jerk off tool that Dick Black was telling us about on the show. How he took a paper towel tube and put warm paper towels in it and a condom. So Dick Black is a comedian friend of ours, and he was talking about his jerk off tool that he used when he was younger, maybe like last week. Anyway, so paper towel tube, and then he would warm wet paper towels in the tube, and then he would put a condom in the tube, so it's all nice and whatever, and fuck the tube. And he was trying to get assistance from a religious group, I don't know, for his current financial situation and whatever, and he informed them that he was on this show, and they really listened to it, and they told him that I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
Well, we're all going to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes!
wouldn't you rather be there with
Right,
us than
With your friends?
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
besides, hell's just a made-up place anyway by
Right.
angry Christians trying to stay in power.
This is the same religious group that keeps calling Swagger and telling them that they're all going to hell too.
It's not
It's
Westboro,
okay.
is it?
I don't think so.
Yes, dude. Religious groups are nuts. I mean,
They're
not all of
crazy.
them.
Should get Shirley Phelps to come on the show.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Let's do it.
That'd
Who's
be
that?
Awesome. She's the daughter of the main pastor, and she's the one who runs the West Baptist Church now.
Holy fuck.
Let's
that would
do
be
it.
Just to pick her brain. Just to,
Let's do it. Let's get her on here.
yeah.
Okay.
She'll do it. You could just make it up and just be like, well, this guy just got killed in the military, and we just hate his whole family because
So we need you to come
yeah,
down here.
exactly. He's gonna have a
Oh
funeral.
my God.
He'll have a funeral. She'll be here in a heartbeat.
We're gonna have
Military funeral. She'll get her here.
We're gonna
I'm
have a
telling you.
funeral in this ex-porn studio. Oh my lord.
Well, so since we're talking about offensive stuff now, I really kind of feel like, have we talked to Quincy yet?
Wait, no, I messaged him, but he has not answered me back. He usually texts me back right away.
Oh, it's better if we have him.
Wait. I was trying to read this. Dude, they paid $219,000 to do the research for this thing.
It's only
for
money.
the smoking weed shit. The research resulted in other studies about sexual behavior of college women, including the discovery that they use condoms. Oh, wait. They use condoms less. Whatever. Dude,
Well,
if
at least they're not all sleeping with each other.
they use condoms less in college than they did before going to college.
Wow, that's real smart.
Especially among those who binge drink.
Well, yeah, because it's too hard to put on a condom when you're shit-faced drunk.
Dude, it is
it's
hard.
Like, oh, my penis fell in your vagina. Awesome.
Right.
You know, like, sorry. It happens.
I'm
But
starving.
I'm just going to keep going. So that's how it works.
Oh.
That's life.
Yeah, sometimes.
So,
Sometimes that shit makes life. It's crazy.
Right.
Okay, so we've covered Sonic Bloom.
Let's talk about Paula Deen.
Paula Deen. So, if you have her dishes, they might not like the darker foods. I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not sure if her dishes
not
are racist.
fried
but,
chicken.
But see, this is dumb. Like, we're going to focus on it and call her racist because that's
I don't
just
really
how it
think
works.
that it was racist, though. Like,
You know, I think the
Well-
real issue here is the diabetes. I think it all goes back to a couple months ago when she came out and she said, I have diabetes. Because I think when that happened, everybody went and said, see, you can't eat butter on butter that's served with butter.
Right.
With a side of butter. You can't do
You
that
can't-
for years.
right.
You know, and I
It's
think
not
that's
good for
and
you.
that was the start of this big drop in her thing. And then the statement that she said and using the N-word and saying whatever she said.
Which I'm going to read that really briefly.
Please,
I have it up
please.
here on my computer.
See, leave it to Northerners and Southerners.
I'll say
just to roll right into it. They're like, fuck it, I ain't afraid.
I'm afraid to say it. Should I do it with that accent?
Like Clinton Digsby. Do it like Clinton Digsby.
I can't.
So this is an actual quote, we think,
Right.
from Paula Deen.
Well, what I would really like is a bunch of little niggers to wear long sleeve white shirts, black shorts, and black bow ties. You know, in the Shirley's Temple days, they used to tap dance around. Paula Deen laughed and said, "Now that would be a true Southern wedding, wouldn't it? But we can't do that because the media would be on me about that."
Well, they're still on you about it.
They're on you, Paula.
And your pots and pans are still causing people diabetes. But now they're causing
It's
them
not-
racism, too.
It's not the pots and pans that are causing diabetes. It's what the people choose to put in the pots and pans.
It's the butter.
It's the butter.
It's the butter that comes already in it.
And I'm convinced that her brain has been replaced with butter.
It's not Teflon coating, like they're coated in butter. Like, it's just butter. Clay and butter.
So it says that the title is Paula Deen's horribly racist quote from the lawsuit against her. So what's the lawsuit against her?
So what? You know, I don't even know what the entire lawsuit is.
The lawsuit against her is about a restaurant. It's called like Big Bubba's or something, and it's a barbecue place or whatever. And there's a chef that was there that's actually suing for sexual harassment or something, and other things. I don't know the whole story, but it's a lawsuit involving one of the restaurants that she owns.
Okay.
So it's separate from the statements and other things.
Was Bubba? Wait. I'm
Here it
confused.
is. Here.
Okay. Oh.
Maybe not.
So we're gonna find out.
For multiple instances of workplace discrimination. Wait, Paula Deen. Wait. Okay, Lisa Jackson, a former employee of Paula Deen Enterprises, is suing Dean and her brother, Earl Bubba Hires, for multiple instances of workplace discrimination, both sexual and racial. This is an alleged exchange from the lawsuit in which Jackson, that was the quote that we read, warning, it contains the N-word. There's seriously a warning in this article that says N-word.
That's so dumb. Like that's just
America.
So when is it gonna be the N-word is gonna become the bad word? You know, like you said. How would you even describe it?
Right.
You know, like because if you say N-word.
Ooh, you said that word that comes after L.
Right. Yeah. See, because that's what you'd have to do. Because it's
You're
like.
such an N-word.
Right. So what does N-word mean? It doesn't
dirty
mean
N-word.
It doesn't mean next. I mean, it's like so if you
Right.
say N-word, like you could draw it and it'd be like N-word equals nigger. I mean, it just is the way that it is. So it's still dumb. So if you're just gonna say it, just say it because you know they say it in their music all the time, and that's dumb. They're not taking the power back. That's just degrading themselves even more, which is still stupid. So that's kind of inner racism. I don't understand any of it. I think if you're going to hate on somebody, you should hate on everybody. And if you're going to love on somebody, you should love on everybody too. Of course, then there'd just be orgies and nothing would get done and it would get crazy.
There'd be a lot of babies.
There'd be a lot of babies. There's already a lot of babies.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
anyways, racism is stupid. Like, hate everybody or love everybody, but whatever. Don't hate people because of their color. Like, that's dumb. Hate them because they're assholes. So,
I'm going to tell, this isn't even part of this, but I kind of got to tell a funny story. Like, so this guy in my therapy class, my behavior class, works in the ER in Aurora. And apparently, okay, so you've all seen the new KFC, oh my God, I ate the bones commercial.
those are fucking stupid.
They're stupid, okay? So it's the boneless wings, they ate the bones, whatever. And this really large black woman came into the ER because her throat hurt and she didn't know what was in there. And it was a big old fucking chicken leg bone. Just had to, fill y'all in. It's not racist. It's just funny.
Did she think it was the boneless chicken? I was waiting for the punchline. That's why I was looking at you like that. I'm like, what happened?
It was just that she was a big black woman, and
What does that have to do with it?
Because of fried chicken bone.
Oh, that's racist. That was racist.
No,
you
it's
fucking
not.
northerners. You don't even know when racism's happening.
Oh.
It just happens. Look, I just got sideswiped by that racism.
I am not racist.
I think that the human race is silly. I don't like the rat race, so that's my racism. So I don't like the rat race.
Like I said, I just hate people equally.
Exactly.
It's easier that way.
Does anybody want some of my white candy bar? Sorry.
It's American.
It's red, white, and blue. It's delicious. We'll have some in a little bit because I know that everybody's going to want some of it. Which, so we're not going into...
Which,
This isn't a racist candy bar. There are chocolate ones.
I'm going to throw it out there that Sam's been really quiet this entire show because
I see him over there now
high
ashamed.
as fuck.
No, but he's got that sort of ashamed look like, all right, you guys are starting to get stupid. But we haven't crossed the line yet in a few episodes, so it's like, maybe we should try to push it this time.
It's not like we're on real radio. No, we're
on free radio, at least for a while, where, internet is free reign.
I did hear rumor from Taylor, though, that we are on a pirate radio station, so...
So hopefully the bad words aren't too big of an issue because freedom is still fucking awesome.
Bad words. This is pirate radio, man.
I think we should go all pirate next week.
And then you guys can come to Boulder and you can do it from Boulder too.
That would be fucking awesome.
Because it's right there.
We got to get it set up to do
Pyro got me turned on to
I
this
think it's
sweet
probably
little...
being broadcast right now. He's probably rebroadcasting this in Boulder.
On 95.1 people.
95.3.
Oh, 0.3.
Oh, so you were 2
Just
points off.
Nudge it a little.
2 points off. So
I was close.
So if you have Boulder children around, they're probably going to grow up fucked up anyway because we're just awesome. That's how that works. So you don't have to have them leave the room. Besides, there's only like half an hour left. So
right. So yeah,
it can't get much worse than everything we've covered so far.
I kind of got all giddy when he told me about this week. I was like, whew. So I had to message you and let you know. I'm like, holy shit, we're on real radio and shit.
Watch what you say because you don't know who's listening.
But can we dress as pirates next week just for fun?
If you want,
let's do it.
I should have gone to that pirate party the other night.
I know, but I got a pirate costume, so I think we should go all pirate next week. Arg.
Yar.
I'm just saying.
Well, if that's the case, we got to get Pi in here or Orkin. Yes. We'll get somebody in here that does leather working.
Decamp.
Let's talk about decamp and shit like that.
Yeah.
Bloop. What the fuck was that?
What's that? Oh, Facebook's notifying our producer over there. So next week on the show, we're going to talk briefly about
the chat room thingy.
No, he's just getting messages.
Are you getting messages?
He is. Just leave him alone.
Turn that fucking shit down.
You have to read the note to the whole class.
Yeah.
Now you're fucked, man. Making some ads right now.
It says, tell that blonde bitch that she's crazy and to punch that fucker next to her.
Up. Anyway, so next week we are going to have Linda here in the studio. She was on Georgia's show last night, Chronic All-Star Clothing. Sorry. And she is a pole dancer.
She's a teacher and
instructor of pole dancing.
Nice.
And she also does a competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I was reading,
competitive pole dancing.
I was reading some of her posts today, and she was talking about how fuck all the haters, and she's a proud pole dancer and this and that, but it's like, that doesn't mean stripper.
Right.
You know, like, pole dancers are fucking sexy. Like, they
Right.
can do some magically amazing stunts.
So yeah, we are going to have
So a
Linda
salute to
in
them.
the studio.
Yay.
I'm excited. Yay.
So salute to pole dancers. I've got a pole you can dance on later, if you'd like.
Okay.
Or not. Go fuck yourself.
You told me I looked weird earlier. I don't
fuck a
know.
I didn't tell you that you looked weird. I said that you're wearing a different shade of lip gloss, and it was just weird. And you
Looks
looked
weird.
Right. And I was just fucking
you
with you
look
before
weird.
the show. Right. I was just fucking with you before
You
the
just
show.
said that. You didn't say that I looked weird. You said I looked weird.
I didn't. I don't think I said I didn't say
You-
that you looked weird.
You said I did not say that you looked weird, and then you went on to say I said you were wearing a
I
different
totally
shade
said
of
that you looked
lipstick,
weird.
and
I
I
was
said that
just
you looked
fucking
weird.
around. I was just messing around. Come on.
Thing about this is recorded, so we can always listen to it later.
I fucking know. God damn it.
Goose brava.
You don't look weird though. I was just fucking
I'm
around.
glad there's an air mattress upstairs for you. Like, I'm just kidding.
Bullshit.
It's comfortable. I'll sleep on it.
There you go. It's my bed. That's my bed.
So anyway, next Tuesday, Chronic All Stars Clothing. Linda will be here. I think Lenny will be here.
Lenny?
Yes.
Nice.
So we'll have a little chit chat about edibles. God, I got the squeaky chair today, and it like vibrates a little when you like turn. Like it's kind of weird.
So speaking of edibles, would anybody like some of this limited edition Incredibles firecracker
look at all
bar
the
here?
kids in the class. They're so excited they're gonna wet themselves.
Yeah, but wait till you try it, and you'll see just how fucking awesome it is.
So this is made by Incredibles. It contains white chocolate and Pop Rocks.
Red and
It's
blue
their-
Pop Rocks.
It's the firecracker bar, right?
Yes.
Is that, am I correct?
It is the firecracker bar. It's 100 milligrams of cannabis-infused delicious white chocolate.
Okay,
with Pop
they're
Rocks.
both having mouth orgasms. Poor Sam's already high. Like, and he's eating it because he's stoned.
He's got a
and
Delta
he
9
wants
shirt on.
food.
He's representing hardcore. That's a sweet shirt. So these particular candy bars, this one has my name on it, doesn't have the label. But they are available for 2 weeks only.
Now
so
I'm jealous. I want some.
I got some when they were unmedicated, and holy fuck, that was awesome. Because I ate it all. I was fucking hungry. She can't.
But thank you, Sam. At least you offered.
Oh, you want some?
Have them eat it later and then give you oral.
There's a solution for everything.
Well, wait. Hold on, wait for it.
We're waiting.
I hear it.
Oh. Oh my god.
How'd it taste?
Tastes pretty good.
Yeah, see?
God, you. Like all sticky now. What the fuck is wrong with you? No. I'm kidding.
A lot.
I know. That's why I love you. Jesus Christ, dude.
So 2 weeks. Oh fuck! Yeah, my mouth's popping now.
2 weeks. Oh, those are
These are
available,
only
for,
available
2
for
weeks.
2 weeks.
Do we know where they're available?
Everywhere the Incredibles candy bars are sold. They come in a 3-pack, so you get the. Fuck, all I can hear is popping.
So they're available anywhere that Incredibles are sold.
But they do come in the
They
3-pack.
come.
So
It's the strawberry,
the peach and the
strawberry
firecracker
peach,
bar.
and the firecracker.
My understanding.
No,
Maybe it's the blueberry.
it should be blueberry. If they did peach,
it's-
that's kind of dumb.
Blueberry, strawberry, and
Because it's the
yeah,
red, white, and blue
red,
pack.
blue, yeah.
So it's the blueberry, the strawberry cough, and the firecracker.
But the peach bar is my fucking favorite.
Facebook just failed.
Yeah.
I will post a link later because is it 8? Oh, fuck. I think it's $19 for the 3 bars. I just saw it yesterday.
It is.
I
It's
can't remember.
$19 for the 3 bars,
for the
which
three,
is.
3 bars, but there's also a coupon available online for $2 off. So you
Well, you have to
pick those up
text
for
something to something else, and you
Yeah.
get a $2 off.
I'll
code
post it later
Just Google that shit, people. You got a fucking computer. You're on a computer. We're going to go to break.
We're going to take a brief commercial break, and when we come back, we will have a bedtime story, and we'll probably call it a night.
Well, I'm going to talk about some top shelf extracts because we're running some sweet shit right now, so I gotta bring that up for a brief moment.
Okay.
So we'll be back.
Okay.
.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. RunOnGrass.com. Let's face it, rules and regulations are complicated, especially in the field of medical marijuana. Let Medical Marijuana 101 help you get through the compliance process. We can also explain to you your employment requirements, your employees, and your business. But our work doesn't stop there. Our experience in cultivation ranges from the design of grow rooms to the diagnosis and resolution of grow problems. Visit us at www.medicalmarijuana101.com or call 303-388-7706. That's 303-388-7706.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding. Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
This segment was brought to you by The Farm, a medical marijuana care center located at 2801 Iris Street in Boulder. The Farm carries premium, cannabis, edibles, and Hummingbird brand products. Visit our new cannabis lifestyle store for your local artesian glass, vaporizers, and hemp clothing. The Farm has been serving Boulder since 2009. Isn't it time you come and see what we have to offer?
Whether you are a commercial grower or cultivate as a hobby, No Dough Urban Garden Supply is Denver's first stop for your hydroponic grow needs. With a wide range of products including House and Garden, Botanicare, and Fox Farm, their knowledgeable staff can get you started on your first garden or help you with your well-established business. No Dough Urban Garden Supply is located in downtown Denver at 1330 27th Street, 4 blocks north of Coors Field near MMD of Colorado. They are open 6 days a week from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 303-296-3424 or visit them on the web at www.nodoughurbangardensupply.com.
The law offices of Edson Maton and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
The National Cannabis Industry Association would like to thank its members who represent the leading professional businesses in America's emerging legal cannabis market. NCIA is the only organization that has unified legitimate cannabis business across the nation to fight for real reform in Washington, D.C. For more information or to make your business a member, visit us online at thecannabisindustry.org.
I just didn't. It didn't work out.
Oh, we're back.
I was taking a dab.
What didn't work out?
That I was trying to do Apogea pins so I could give away the pins. Like I had my guy say that it would have cost like $50 or $100 to have 100 pins made. It was nice.
Yeah, that's
right.
And I was just gonna give them out as greeter gifts.
Speaking of pins, Chris, I'm gonna send you a picture of these rigs really quick. Sorry. Speaking of pins and awesome things, if people would like to get an iDab pin or an iDab rig, they can check out idab.us. Or they can find us on Facebook for all this awesomeness. He's all geeking out now. He's not going to talk to me no more.
Wow, look at this.
Favorite pin.
So,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool. Let's pop that up there.
I traded that pen at Sonic Bloom for a Smoky Quartz from Pikes Peak.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. So if you aren't familiar with it, like hat pins have become like the thing.
I mean, they were when I was a kid. People used to collect pins, so they kind of go in and out.
They were compared to Beanie Babies the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody compared it to Beanie Babies.
The craziest thing is like you just said, you were able to get 100 pins for $100.
Yeah.
So you're paying $1 a pin. If you go to a festival, the pins are always either $15 or they're $20 if they're like a rare numbered thing, which doesn't make a difference how much they cost to produce.
Exactly.
So the markup, I mean, you're looking at a markup of like, huge amounts.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's way profitable. That's why I slang. I got a couple that here and there that I like to move, but see, so there's the rig.
Pull that up, pop that up on the iCannabis screen. Maybe our producer might need a Christmas present at some point. Nice. See, so double banging it there. So we have gotten together with Joel Halen, and we are now doing iDab Halen rigs, which are totally awesome. You can get a whole setup for $150. That includes the
nail dabber,
the Joel Halen Rodeo, a double-ended dabber, an iDab pin, an iDab sticker, and a titanium adjustable nail. So, and if you would like one of those, you should message us on Facebook, go to our website. Right now, we're out of them. In fact, they sold out in like 3 days.
We were down to one after the first day. Like,
right.
they were gone.
They were just, it was fast. But you can reserve one. I will have them available in 19 mil. I'm trying to get some 14 mil nails, but I like 19 mil better anyway.
Yeah, me too.
So anyway, but you can buy that without the nail as well for what were we doing? $130. Okay, so for an extra $20, getting a titanium nail, which usually sells for $50, and a dabber and a pin, a sticker, and whatever other.
And as soon as it becomes
throwing
legal
in the
to
bag.
just give hash away, I'll probably figure out how to do that too. But I don't think that's legal yet, so sorry.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Not really sure because I know that there's.
You can give it away as yeah, I can gift you. You're 21, bro.
Right, yeah.
But here in Colorado.
But I thought if it's hash though, it's not the same as marijuana. Like.
Oh no, that still counts.
It's still the same.
Okay.
It's just not in most other states.
Yeah.
Here you go.
You're right. And I know you can with weed. I just thought hash was different.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We'll have to
hash
find
has always
out.
been in the gray area. That's why I've been able to.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Because like in Texas, marijuana possession is marijuana possession, but if you have hash, it's actually possession of a controlled substance. Even if you have keef, which is just crystal. If you have like a little vial of keef, it's actually possession of controlled substance, which is the same as cocaine.
Wow.
Same schedule.
We'll have to talk to Warren. Yeah. We'll find out.
We should do that like once a month. Come up with a couple of good questions and just have a
pick his brain day.
Yeah. Have like it's our night with Warren tonight, so we're gonna learn some new shit.
Right.
So I love those nights. Those are so great.
You wanted to talk briefly about some top shelf extracts?
So we're running some super dank stuff for Lodo Wellness or Lodo right now. I don't know. Is it Lodo Wellness? Like their stuff is holy shit amazing. Yeah. We ran a lot of stuff for them, but like the Sour D, the Chem 4, a lot of their stuff just stands out. It's amazing. So I wanted to bring that up because I don't often talk about work on this show, and I don't know why, but I just don't.
Because it's work.
Well, yeah, but I love my job. I make hash all the time. I'm a professional hash maker, and it's legal. I'm badged to do it, and I pay taxes. I get a paycheck. I have a bank account. Life is good, So, but again, Lodo Wellness. I know we did a drop at All Greens, and they had some super dank Kong, but Lodo, I can't. Holy shit, the stuff that we ran for them was wow. Now, I don't really know anything about the dispensary, but I haven't been there. I don't know if I've ever been there. I don't usually shop at dispensaries. I don't really need to anymore, but good God, that smelled good. Colorado Wellness, holy shit. We delivered a big pile to them, and that was just, wow. I try not to talk about them too much because they're like my place that I go to buy hash, so I don't want them to be out. So it's kind of, it's fucked up. It's selfish. But they give us buds all the time now. Like, I worked with them for a while to teach them how to give us trim and whatever. And, we got it to where they were curing their stuff. And so when they would give us trim, we'd open up the thing, and it's mostly bud. And it smells like you would get it out of the jar at the shelf. And that's what you want from your trim. Your trim, your bud, whatever it is that you're going to run, you want it to be as cured as the herb that you're going to sell to your client as medicine. You want it to be that cured because you're going to get the dankest fucking hash. And
we should show our listeners one day what the difference is between bad trim and good trim.
We could.
Your trim shouldn't have trash in it.
I just really feel like if people know anything about weed, that you should know that if you have fan leaves and stems.
But people don't know.
They're just not educated enough on
Right.
this because people have taken the education, the research further and further.
Well,
and
the
further
thing
and
is
further and
that
further.
people for years and years have used fan leaves and stems and what the hell ever to make butter and whatever. So they think that they can do that for extracts, and that is not what you do.
No, absolutely not. If it doesn't have sugar on it,
But
you
I
don't want it.
understand
Not
where the
even
thinking
fan leaves. Get
comes
rid of all
from.
that
I
shit.
understand where the thinking comes from, though.
Well, yeah, because you think it's part of the cannabis plant. It's got to be useful.
So why not?
And it's not for.
It's just so
these
simple, though. You
particular
just look for
things.
crystals.
Yes.
It's like they can be on stems, they can be on leaves, they can be on anything. But if there's no crystals, there's no THC there.
And then if you get really picky about it, you can just get all that shit out of there. I prefer not to have any stems. I just say take your bud, lightly grind it up, and run the shit out of it.
Right.
Or just run the trichromes out of it. Don't actually make it shit.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess check out Colorado Wellness, Lodo Wellness. God, where else? I'm blanking out now because those are my two favorites right now.
Right.
Green Dream. I love Green Dream too. There's a lot of places that we're at, but
Natural Mystic. Are you guys still there?
we haven't seen them in a while. They've been doing a lot of different things, trying a lot of different routes.
Okay.
So, but I still love those guys. They're some of my favorite, but they're down in the Springs, so they're hard to get to. But I want to go buy some more Tora Bora. That's just the dankest.
That's
of
the
the dank
shit right
CBD. Holy shit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I fucking love all my buddies at Top Shelf, so sorry if you're not in that. Fuck off.
Oh. I'm not Top Shelf family, so fuck me. Just kidding. So before I tell a bedtime story, I'm just going to remind you all to tune in to iCannabis Radio for John Doe Radio, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. In the lab with Jennifer on Mondays at 3 p.m. Georgia Edson show at 7 p.m. on Mondays. Of course, that's here at Psychic Spot Radio. On Tuesdays
My
at
dad's
6
starting to set
p.m.
in. Do you want to hook up? Oh, yeah. Hi. How you doing? What's going on?
And the Hemp Connoisseur on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Making this hard.
Oh, you're making this hard.
Shut
You really walked into that one.
God damn it.
Getting people ready for the bedtime stories.
Okay, bedtime story. So as you all know, like Tucker Max is one of my favorites. Like, she's God.
Oh, that's warm. Sorry. But it is.
Anyway, in my own room here. The fuck, man. Okay, so Tucker Max. Tucker has a moment of reflection, and it ends poorly. Please stop jerking. Ow, fuck.
Oh, watch your hands.
Got my finger.
I'm getting you from behind. Come on, read already. Fuck.
I'm trying. I even read it earlier so that I wouldn't stutter over the words, and now you're fucking with me.
Wait, it's only 7:47. Are you wanting to?
It takes like 20 minutes to read this story. It's a long one.
Really,
Longish.
20 minutes?
Maybe.
I fucking hope not. It better be a good goddamn story.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
So wait, are we just gonna do like we normally do after a bedtime story?
Maybe.
'Cause
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see where we're at.
That would be weird. Do you have anything else to say beforehand? Fuck, okay, I guess not.
Oh my God, I hope you're cooking dinner tonight.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, Tucker has a moment of reflection and it ends poorly. One random Friday, I was sitting in my Chicago apartment drinking a beer and watching TV around 7 o'clock. My phone rang. It was Karen, one of my booty calls at the time. It was early, so I was kind of confused. We normally never called each other until at least midnight, even on weekdays. You drunk already? No, baby. What are you up to right now? Nothing. Just watching some Iron Chef. Okay, well, I'm going out on this silly blind date tonight that my friend set me up on. But I was wondering if I could swing by your place and get a protein shake first. That's how every girl should call their man. Very nice. Karen is obviously making an attempt to move up from the irregular booty call to the head dick sucker. So I told her to come on by. Not even 10 minutes later, she rolled into my place with a 12-pack of Miller Lite. Karen's going to have to learn the difference between good beer and watered down horse piss if she wants to move up in my hoe hierarchy. Yeah, hoe hierarchy. That's a hard word. Hey. Oh my God. Anyway. Seriously, man. So she got right down to business because her date started in less than 30 minutes. I kept watching Iron Chef because, come on, it's genius. Plus, I've seen the show Karen is putting on before. It's really good, but it's been a syndication for months, and you really don't need to pay attention till the very end. I wasn't supposed to meet my friends until 10 o'clock. So when she left around 8, I just kept drinking at my place. I started thinking about how fucking cool it was that I had a girl come over to my place and suck me off before she went out on a date. I may not be Hugh Hefner, but I doubt many guys pull something like that off on a regular basis. Then I started feeling bad for her date. This poor schmuck had no idea that the girl whose chair he was going to be pulling out and buying dinner for and being nice to had her lips wrapped around my cock not even an hour earlier. God forbid if this poor dude kisses her goodnight. I wonder if it'll cross his mind that even with beer on her breath, her mouth shouldn't taste that salty. But in a way, I didn't feel bad for him. You can't make a hoe into a housewife after all. And when you take one out on a date, you aren't helping your chances. I guess some guys never learn. Of course, he had no idea what she was like after all. That was the whole point of the date. Guess it just goes to show you never really can tell. Oh shit. How many girls have done this to me? I shot up from my couch in shock, spilling beer all over myself. Has this ever happened to me? Have I ever been the sucker that took your girl out after she bought beer and for another guy and blew him? Oh my God. It has to have happened to me. It has to. I've been out with so many women. There is just about no way that it hasn't happened to me. And considering the moral fortitude of many of the girls that I've hooked up with, suspect at best, wretched prostitute at worst, it's damn near certain that I've been that guy at least once. I mean, if Karen does this for me, why not for other guys? I'm pretty fucking cool, but there are other cool guys in the world besides me. Or so my friends tell me. Plus, it's not like I've always known what I know about women. I could have easily been that sucker many times in my life. And why stop at dick sucking? How many girls have I slept with that were with other guys the same day as me, or went from another guy right to me without even cleaning up? I wouldn't even know, would I? How? How the fuck would I know? There is no way I could tell short of smelling the semen on her breath. Would I even smell it? Smell it? What about taste it? Oh dear God. Please tell me I haven't tasted it. I need to go throw up. I stomped around my apartment for 2 hours until I met my friends out. I explained the whole situation to them, and they laughed at me and made fun and told me to get over it. I wasn't having it. How can you be so cavalier about this? This is my mental health at stake. I can't be hooking up with seconds the same day. That's for losers and douchebags, not Tucker Max. Well, apparently not, Sloppy Joe. Aren't you just the comedian? Tucker, haven't you done this to girls before? You know, fucked one in the morning, then gone out and picked up another and fucked her? This person is no longer my friend. Like I wasn't already mind fucked enough tonight. So what? It's different because it's me. Wait, didn't you just get your dick sucked tonight and now we're out trying to get laid? Fuck you. Dude, it's happened to all of us and we've all done it to others. Women are women, men are men. This happens to everyone. Fuck that. I'm Tucker Max. I am better than all of you. This shit does not fucking happen to me. Oh man, it's gonna be one of those nights with you. I drank and drank, yet I was still unable to drown the thought. That might have been the worst. What might have been the worst part was not knowing. Well, that and the prospect that I have at some point kissed a girl who has had semen caked in her teeth from 45 minutes ago. I know of at least one ex-girlfriend that cheated on me, but that was long distance and she fucked some other guy and it was no big deal, whatever. What also fucked me up was that women were doing the same thing to me that I was doing to them, except I didn't know they were doing it to me. For the entirety of my life, up until this point, I thought that I had the upper hand, that I was the player and not the playee, when in fact, I was possibly just another chump. The illusion of control was shattered. Needless to say, this little revelation colored my perspective for the rest of the night. And if by colored my perspective, I mean totally fucked me beyond all repair. Sometimes too much to drink is not enough. I needed therapy to bury my anxiety, and alcohol was going to be my counselor. Yes, friends, this was going to be one of those nights. At the first bar, I went around quizzing girls about how often this sort of thing happened. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever sucked off one guy, then went on a date with another guy right after? Like that same night? Or fucked another guy right after you blew a different guy, but without telling the second one? To which the girl replied, "Excuse me? Don't play coy with me." As you can imagine, this made me very popular with the ladies that night. At bar 2, I ordered at least 3 rounds of shots in the first 10 minutes. I kept making toasts like this one. Roses are red, violets are blue. That bitch gave me head, and some other guy too. My toast... Whoops. My toast got the attention of a group of girls, and they came over to talk to us. My friends, who had not yet consigned all women on the earth to a fiery death and eternal damnation, made up a story about me to explain my behavior. They told the girls that I had just broken up with my girlfriend, who I was in love with, and to not pay attention to anything that I said. It was my first night out, and I was bitter and mean, and helped enforce this lie with a toast that they gave to the next round of shots. This shot feels good, so good. This shot feels so right. I can't believe she fucked me and another guy tonight. To drown my pain, I bought this alcohol at the store because, let's face it, all women are whores. Greased by a bullshit story that I had been dumped, the girls actually thought I was funny. One of them tried to console me by switching the subject to music. I told her I was a country music fan, which is not even remotely true. She says, "Really? I like to make up my own lyrics to country music songs. Like, you know, the one song, Let's Get Drunk and Screw. I like to pretend the lyrics are Let's Wait in a line for shoes." I stare blankly at her for a good 10 seconds. Still being cheery, she says, "Isn't that funny?" To which I respond, "You're making me stupider." What? Wait for it. I then told her, "I bet you've sucked miles of dick." She immediately turned away, and as she walked off, stuttered, You're a jerk. Have another shot." "Don't mind if I do." That pretty much sealed our fate for bar 2. And we proceeded on to bar 3, where, after about 3 seconds, I got bored and started wandering around. I snatched some pink drink from a bar as the girl who owned it looked away. Wow, I can't read. And took a sip and immediately spit it out. A girl on the other side of me used this to initiate conversation. Gross? Yeah, it tastes like ass. She said, I like ass. To which I responded, what's your name? Had it been any other night, I would have turned this little gem into a tongue up my ass crack. Not tonight. Tonight, it was only a matter of time before I fucked it up. But be honest, would you ever eat out a guy's ass and then come and kiss another guy the same day? And I'm spent. My friends were doing well with this group of girls and looked to be on their way to a hookup victory until I decided that I wanted to hear the sound of breaking glass, and then we all got kicked out. We ended up going to a late night club. When we got there, I was so drunk the bouncer almost didn't let me in. My last clear memory is a friend grabbing me at the bar after I ordered a double something and trying to calm me down, telling me that I'd had too much to drink and I was bordering on dangerous. I told him that he could pay my tab if he wanted to be my drink accountant. Whoa, what happened? Sorry. They sat me in a corner and went back out on the prowl. 1 or 2 more drinks later, I decided that I was going to dance. Completely immersed in my indigent self-pity on the dance floor, I found my savior. In the corner of the club, dancing alone, I found the person that I could trust. I found my one, my soulmate, the person who would never betray me and who would love me forever and never fuck anyone else behind my back without telling me. This was the most gorgeous person I had ever seen, piercing blue eyes and sandy blonde hair. A great body, a deep penetrating stare that belied a wisdom and understanding beyond the average person, great charisma, and we had immediate chemistry. I danced with them for about an hour, giving them seductive looks, coyly flirting with them, seductively telling them how much I cared about them, and they responded to everything I offered by offering it back. Every smile was met with a smile, every caress with an equal response. In my eyes, I finally found someone that I was in love with. I was too drunk to realize this at the time, but my friends were watching me this whole time, and all they saw was me dancing in front of a huge mirror with myself. And no one else within 10 feet. Let me emphasize, I was so drunk, I was fucking dancing with myself in a mirror for an hour. No one was near me. Not only did I never once realize it, the only thing that I remember the next morning from that club was thinking that I had fallen in love. For real, it took several of them to convince me that I was dancing alone and not with the most amazing girl I'd ever met. My friends also told me that later, when the lights came on indicating closing time, I staggered out of the club onto the street, ran away from them, and their last sight was me careening down the street, bouncing off storefronts and parked cars, yelling, "If you want to go out on a date with me, you can't fillet anyone else for at least 24 hours beforehand. Do you hear me? And I want you to shower too. I have standards because I'm not a douche. You have to douche." Now that is Tucker Max Drunk. But unfortunately, Tucker Max Drunk is not free. At some point, the bill comes due. How expensive is it? Let's tally the total. You know it's been a hard night when you wake up totally dehydrated and dizzy. You know it's been a really hard night when you wake up dehydrated, drunk, and dizzy and don't know where you are and have no memory of how you got there. But it is only when waking up from a truly Tucker Max drunk night that you are completely dehydrated, still very drunk, too dizzy to stand, and though you don't know your exact location or how you got there, you do realize that you have woken up outside in a public park with a stray dog licking your face. Raise your hand if this has ever happened to you. I clawed my way to the park bench, pulled myself up onto it, and saw a huge Tin Man statue. For a split second, I honestly thought that I died and hell was sponsored by Warner Brothers. That was a bit of a shock because I'd always thought Disney would rule hell. Then I remembered I lived right by a park called Oz Park, though until this moment it had not occurred to me where it had gotten its name. Encouraged by the fact that I was close to my apartment, I started walking. After falling a few times and finally getting the damn dog to stop licking my face and following me, I found a street name that I recognized and followed it back to my apartment. I was so concerned with keeping my balance and navigating correctly, I didn't really notice till I got home that my face and scalp were itching something terrible. I was reaching up to discover the source of the itch as I stumbled in the door. My roommate took one look at me and audibly gasped and got that, oh my God face I've seen so many times. He usually lets out a laugh when he sees the after effects of one of my binges. But this time, he was so shocked he could only cover his mouth, point, and utter, go look in the mirror. I felt my face, and there was definitely something sticky and hard crusted onto it. Thinking that it was possibly blood and that I had sustained a head injury, I rushed to the bathroom, and there in the mirror was rock bottom. The love of my life stared back at me with a face covered in hardened, crusted vomit, yellow and brown bile matted in my hair. Chunks were in my eyebrows and ears. My cheek and neck even had pieces of grass stuck in the vomit crust. I looked like some sort of botched special effect. So much for being too good for a whore's sloppy seconds. But the piece de resistance lie on the top of my head at the edge of the crusted vomit, precariously stuck in my hair, still stuck in the vomit. A small, dry, hardened dog turd. Good night, everyone.